Thank you, Mr. Wen. I would like to ask my colleagues, Jenny and Mr. G, to do the welcome. Over to you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen in South Africa and all around the world. Welcome to the Kronendal Music Academy of Hout Bay Annual General Meeting 2022. My name is Jenny Brown, and I am the Administration Secretary at KMA. Before we start, may I ask you please to switch off the sound for the duration of the meeting. You can select our screen as your main screen on your side if you wish. As you may be aware, we changed our financial year in April 2021 to reflect January to December. And therefore, we are now reporting on the last 9 months of 2021 only. Thank you. Mr. G.
Mr. G's new.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gideon. I am a driver with KMA. Unfortunately, our treasurer could not be with us tonight. So we ask that should you require a copy of those most recently audited financially, please message us the chart function. They will also be available on those websites within a week or so. You can also find us Constitution on the website. I would like to begin with welcoming the outgoing executive board. Our chair lady, Jackie Pollock, vice chair, Becky Killot, the secretary, Cecily Campbell, Eloise William, Judge Patricia Goliath, and the CEO, Joanne Kreisel. Thank you for your valued contribution to the KMA family those past 8 months. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. G and Jenny. Okay. Well, thank you, Jenny.
And Mr.
G. Can I ask Zizi to do the matter arising? Over to you, Zizi.
Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zizi Pomukwala, and I'm the kitchen executive here at KMA. Please, can any comments be made via the chat function on Zoom? I would like to ask if there are any matters arising from the last AGM, 19 June 2021.
Who's going to accept the minutes? Juliana Lemke and Brian Gilder. Thank you.
Are there any other matters arising?
Nope. Okay. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Z. Thank you, Z. I welcome our chairperson, Jackie, to read her report. Over to you, Jackie.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. My name is Jackie Pollock, and I'm the chairperson of the executive board at Kronendal Music Academy. I'll refer to that as KMA for short. It's often acknowledged that Hout Bay is a microcosm of the entire country. And I've lived here in Hout Bay for 20 years, and it is evident that poverty, unrest, gangsterism, drug taking, and other social ills are rife in Hout Bay's impoverished communities. The reality is our communities are marginalized geographically and economically, vulnerable to shocks and fragility, and subject to unreliable governance and ongoing discrimination. As listed by the United Nations, people at the intersection of these 5 factors face ongoing, reinforced and compounded disadvantage and deprivation, thus making them likely to be among the furthest left behind. Imizamo Yetu and Hamburg fall squarely into this intersection. In 2020, lockdown was not a safe space for most vulnerable children. Their safe structures, both in the morning and the afternoon, were stripped from them, and KMA had to mobilize quickly to provide immediate support and intervention during extreme conditions in such unprecedented times. The sustained nature of the pandemic in 2021 exacerbated the already difficult psychological and socio-economic conditions for our impoverished families and has put every child in Hout Bay, as well as elsewhere in South Africa, under unparalleled stress, epitomized by personal trauma, economic and learning loss, continuing uncertainty, and hopelessness. KMA turned 15 years old this year. It is safe to say that alongside the many social and economic challenges in South Africa, and in response to the pandemic since 2020, we have developed a model that places the well-being of the child at the center of everything we do. Our award-winning music course, pupil wellness activities, our comprehensive psychosocial support programs, and the Zero Dropout Plan all combine into a powerful guiding tool to ensure we are covering and addressing as many aspects of each child's growth as possible. Kirsten will speak about the music program, but I would like to highlight the other good work that she has brought to KMA, and that is our music therapy program. Music therapy is a very powerful means of communication and offers a non-verbal way of addressing and responding to a child's needs, utilizing a strength-based approach. It focuses on building a child's positive attributes and encourages confidence amongst a host of other attributes. Since introducing this program in April 2021, we have seen a marked improvement in the attitude of our pupils and their ability to come forward with their needs. Thus, KMA has been able to hold and instigate significant interventions in pupils' home lives. In 2020, during hard lockdown, we had limited human resources to undertake our emergency activities. So we asked some of our older pupils in the communities to act as ambassadors for KMA and help us check in on our younger ones. This idea has grown into a powerful leadership program where these brave young people are trained to mentor the little ones at KMA. We think of them as the big brothers and sisters of the KMA family, and their work has provided invaluable information for our ongoing monitoring and evaluation data. Another key element of these past 9 months has been the homework support program. Together with the supervisor in charge, Mr. Aiden, our English and Afrikaans tutor, Cecily, who also happens to be the secretary on the board, have nursed failing schoolmates back to health. They have been effective and instrumental in encouraging our young people to keep going. We were very blessed to find Mr. Emmanuel, the KMA maths tutor, who by the end of the 4th term was seeing about 20 pupils a week. It cost AMA a small fortune, but was definitely necessary expenditure given the urgent need for school support amongst our pupils. Whilst our pupils were facing 1 day on, day off at schools, for the whole of 2021, we trialed a pupil enrichment project by offering pupils cooking classes, sewing opportunities, and a chance to work in the KMA veggie patch. This experience has supported our belief that these skills can be taught as part of the after-school program we hope will one day become the Shine Community Hub. KMA answers the call, no matter what it is. We are so much more than a music school. In 2021, this ranged from dental care to prescription glasses to monetary donations towards fire recovery and deaths in the family and even high school admissions. But one of the most wonderful and heartening success stories was raising 60,000 Rand in a day towards the costs of 2 pupil study visas. Brian and Leica, who you see pictured, both peer mentors at KMA, faced the prospect of returning to Malawi to finish their schooling if they could not receive legal study permits for South Africa. To Utando SA, Beyond Travel, Ian and Isabel White, and Juliet's great aunt, who wishes to remain anonymous, KMA cannot thank you enough for your incredible generosity that made their travels, applications, legal costs, and visas possible. Thanks to you, these young people's lives have changed forever, as they now can receive a legal matric certificate and apply to a university of their choice. But most importantly, they get to stay at KMA. I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to my fellow board members these past 9 months. It's been a tough year for all of us, but we share a magical thread in the tapestry of life, this wonderful organization, KMA. Thank you also to the incredibly dedicated staff and teachers who make up the many colors and nuances in this picture. Without you, KMA would not exist. The children may not remember any of us one day, but they have been equipped with skills which will make, and positive differences, which will make a difference to who they become. And you made that happen. Google Year in Search 2021 said, in a year that continued to test many, the world searched how to heal more than ever. Whether they're taking care of mental health, honoring a loved one, or reuniting with family, people are finding ways to come back stronger than before. So here's to stronger than before. Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you very much, Jackie. Kirsten
No,
Border.
first me.
Kirsten Border has taken over as the head of music this year, and we would like to welcome her to the staff. She first taught music at KMA, and then in 2021 began her music therapy program with us. Would you like please read your report for us, Ms. K? Over to you.
You want to go ahead? Good evening. My name is Kirsten Buesa, and I am the new head of music at KMA. 2020 quickly turned into an emergency response to an impossible situation. 2021 gave us incremental opportunities to re-establish our routines. But as our chairperson has already mentioned, 2021 was also a year of reflection and planning. How can we do things better and more effectively? But first, as we are reporting here on the short period of April to December 2021, I'm going to take the luxury of focusing on our wins during this time. Thanks to our wonderful accordion teacher, South Africa's foremost accordionist, Stanislav Angelov, we began a relationship with the world's leading accordion manufacturers, Weltmeister, who donated a brand new accordion to one of our longtime pupils, Atula Dafus. Atula joined KMA with severe learning challenges, and music has taken him to new levels of understanding English, being able to read, and working on cognitive skills. He and Mr. Stan are working towards Atula being the first great professional African accordion player in South Africa. Our African Instruments Orchestra was able to resume in 2021 and has developed from only group sessions to offering African instruments as an instrument choice from intermediate year onwards. Despite being put on the back burner during 2020, we still have a dream to create the first children's African instrument orchestra in South Africa and have begun consultations again with Dizu Plaatjes, South Africa's leading African instrumentalist at UCT. This program fulfills an important part of our skills development at KMA, focusing identity, heritage, and collaboration. Our partnership with Botna's Music Store continued yielding many instrumental donations during these 9 months, many of which we were able to distribute to share with our instrument collection partners, the Head Start Trust, Music Works, and Butler Youth Development. As restrictions lifted through the year, we were able to increase the number of pupils in a rehearsal And although we continued with sectional ensembles, we held a full ensemble rehearsal twice a term downstairs in our breezy lounge area. These full rehearsals were so enjoyable that it sparked an interest in creating a holiday workshop which we held in October for all the grade 4s to matrics. Over 2 days, groups of pupils went on a mountain hike or attended a day's musical workshops and then swapped on the second day. It was a great success as children got to be outdoors, learned about African instruments, how to improvise and form their own bands for the day. We definitely started something as we are hoping this will become an annual event. One of the most successful partnerships KMA developed in 2021 was the Ezekiel Abomi Christian Center in Imizamo Yetu. It is a beautiful hall for hire where we held all of our performances, as well as our annual in-house theory test. The venue is large enough to cope with COVID-19 protocols, and what we love most is that it is in the heart of one of the communities we serve. I mentioned learning from reflecting on how we can do things more efficiently. And one of those things I would like to mention is tying in our values and skills development with our music course. We spent most of the fourth quarter of 2021 examining how we could show our investors exactly how music is healing our children. And together with our teachers, we have settled on specific skills that they will be measuring in 2022. As a music therapist at KMA, I am particularly excited about this growth point for KMA, presenting additional data for our monitoring and evaluation program. The fourth term of 2021 was extremely busy, with 11 online international examinations, our pupils gala, prize giving, and the recordings for our collaboration with Gymnasium Wolfsschule in Essen, Germany. Before I end off, I would like to extend a heartfelt thank you to the team of music teachers we have at KMA. You are an extraordinary group of individuals, and I am constantly aware of how your dedication and kindness towards the pupils aligns with our core mandate at KMA, to care. Thank you, teachers. What was a busy but fulfilling year ended with the sterling news that our very own Leighton Tillings had made it through to second year in university. We have since learned that his teacher at UCT in 2022 is the very same teacher who taught him at KMA 10 years ago. Now, if that isn't a full circle, then I don't know what is. Thank you very much.
Good evening. Andile forgot about me earlier, so I'm going to jump in here and read my report now. Right, well, good evening, everyone. If there's one quality about KMA that is consistent, then it's our resilience. Okay, there are many. Our integrity, our sense of what's just right, but most of all, our authenticity. It's been such an honor to serve beside my staff and my teachers these past 2 years during what has been, quite frankly, a hurricane of chaos, but where we found a safe haven and a place of peace in the KMA home. These past 9 months have felt like we are almost returning to normal, with our programs running almost to full capacity and our children arriving every afternoon with those beautiful smiles and their laughter and fun ringing through the house as always. We lost many funding streams due to the tough economic situation facing our country and the world at present, but oddly, this has forced us to dig deeper into our creativity once again and be innovative. Our funding program is multi-pronged, and we started planning our business arm once again, which we hope to resurrect sometime in the next 2 months. Our budget for 2022 stays just under 5 million, and where we've managed to cut down on COVID-19 emergency response funding, we have increased our focus on zero dropout programs that support our children through their schooling. The majority of our funding comes from various trusts and foundations, from government and from the lotto. In 2021, we made some inroads to the CSI sector, despite the very slow return after the pandemic. So partnerships continued during these 9 months, including the generous support from Massimo's restaurant, Massimo and his wife pictured here in Hout Bay, and also Love in a Bowl, who grow vegetables here in Hout Bay. I'm going to come closer because this thing is not reading my mouse, unfortunately. I'm going to do it like that. Sorry, folks. Technology. Yay. There we go. These guys deliver veggies to us every Monday morning from Love in a Bowl vegetable growers here in Hout Bay. An unexpected partnership arose with Kronendal Retirement Village in the 4th term when they invited our children to perform for the folks in the afternoons. We thoroughly enjoyed it, and it will be continuing this year from April. At KMA, we believe in championing our pupils at every turn. Our Hero of the Month awards continued last year when teachers choose a pupil who have shown exceptional work throughout the month, and added to this are our adorable lunchtime concerts when pupils can choose to play informally and impromptu in front of one another. It is great fun, and there is hearty applause after every performance. A few years ago, we got a wake-up call about improving our M&E reporting system. In response, we started in 2019 with creating a brains trust to guide the survey and assessment process. And in 2020, we started developing a better CRM and data collection process. We also trialed our first pupil well-being survey comparisons in June 2020, despite COVID. In 2021, alongside the commencement of the music therapy program, we conducted a needs analysis for psychosocial programs at KMA. In 2022, we have finally managed to find our dream social worker. Now, a comprehensive annual reporting program has been deployed that includes case studies, feedback from teachers and schools, parents, report analysis, focus groups, and biannual in-house psychometric assessments. After 2 very chaotic years, we are finally in a position to include all these elements from April 2022, and we are super, super excited about this. To our great surprise, in November, we won an International Music Award from Music Cities in the UK, dedicated to the best initiative to support diversity and inclusion in music. What a wonderful boost to our morale after a very, very difficult year. I wanted to actually let you know that I completed a grant report for one of our funders recently. And I had to think about what we had learned. And I want to share with you what I told them. Substantial impact has been made by securing high school admissions, providing university support, answering physical needs, intervening in traumatic domestic situations, and school support, all of which we undertook simply because it was the right thing to do, because we care about every child's happiness. We learned that we can add value to our children's lives beyond music lessons. A need for this monitoring evaluation program has deepened our understanding of our holistic approach to caring for every child and created collaboration between pupils and parents and teachers and staff. We have learned that M&E can be as much a role player in meaningful activities as our other programs. As the world economy changes rapidly and fundamentally almost daily, we have had to ask ourselves how we really relevant work can stay relevant whilst continuing to bring security to our staff members and teachers. Sorry. Right. Naughty bug. Right. Where was I? We teach our children skills to prosper and not live hand to mouth. And we think that KMA should live by example. So we have got a dedication this year to try and reach a point where we are saving 12 to 18 months funding up ahead of ourselves. And a very good friend of mine put it this way: put 10% away. And I'm hoping that that will become a mantra here at KMA. Our long-term vision of creating a community hub is still our dream, but as long as we wade through all this red tape before we can even start thinking of purchasing that land, we have set our sights on a better solution to our immediate needs. In 2022, we have found a building that we want to buy, and we hope to secure a major gifts donor to purchase the school building for us that will greatly increase our efficiency and offer potential as the beginning phases of this community hub. We have learned that in order to grow, a journey of 1,000 miles truly does start with one step. I'd like to thank my board members, my staff, and my teachers, and of course, all of you, our supporters, for walking this path with us these past 9 months. What a privilege it is to do you all proud.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Avium Kapuza, and I'm currently working as a general assistant here at KMA. I joined KMA as a saxophone pupil in 2011, and I have worked with KMA ever since. It has quite been a good journey. I am going to be responsible for the appointment of the new executive board members for 2022. Any responses must be please made via the chat function on Zoom. Firstly, may I place on record that existing board members now officially step down as office bearers. Wade Odanoti has sadly resigned from KMA, and we would like to extend a special word of thanks to him for his many dedicated years of service on the board as treasurer. We will always be grateful to you. I will now give the previous members an opportunity to stand again. Dwayne Crystal remains a board member as CEO and founder. Okay, let's get started. Jackie Pollock?
Yes, you have to say yes.
Yes. Yes. Who's second?
Eloise Williams.
Okay. Okay, Eloise second. Becky Kellon?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Judge Patricia Goliath, second.
Mm-hmm.
Eloise Williams?
Eloise? Oh, yes, thank you.
Cicely Campbell, second.
I will.
Cicely Campbell, second. Judge Patricia Goliath?
Yes.
I second.
Jackie Pollock, second. Cicely Campbell, who seconds?
First she has to say yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, she says yes.
Who seconds?
Becky. Becky Kelly.
Jack.
Becky.
Oh, Becky Kellon, seconds. Thank you very much. And now, are there any nominations?
No.
Okay, right. Thank you. Just to recap, the KMA Executive Board for 2022 is Jackie Pollock, Cicely Campbell, Judge Patricia Goliath, Becky Kellon, Louise Williams, and Dwayne Crystal. Thank you. The appointment of Executive Board members is completed. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. AV. Thank you, Mr. AV. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I think we did a good job tonight. We are always nervous, but it is all okay in the end. There is a lot of nervous tension in the world at this moment, and the organization like us are constantly reminded by the children to have fun and to trust in the good things in life. Mm. After 2 years of terrible chaos, we feel even more proud of South Africa and how resilient we are. Before I hand over to Charmaine to say good night, I thought I would end off with this beautiful record of our national anthem. Shares, over to you.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Charmaine and I'm the General Manager here at KMA. I would like to thank everyone for attending tonight, and all of us at KMA wish you all the best. We wish you health and a happy, the happiest of this year and for this whole of this year. I also would like to thank KMA and our executive board and wish them all the best for this year. And yes, I be looking forward to hearing more exciting news by the end of this year. Good night, everybody, and all of the best.
Bye.